system.
Right.
If you got online on that system, created your chain with 2 sync nodes to have an online peer-to-peer network, and then block explorer. Okay, so 3 servers and the chain live with the pre-mined. Okay, whatever. It will cost us around $60 a month. Okay. If we'd resold this for $177.7 US, we'd have more than $100 in profit just out of this service. Now, the package I just described to you, create your chain, have 2 sync nodes and a block explorer, is just the optimal, really optimal test chain setup for devs, for people, careers on the tech, etc.
Yeah.
If you are able to manage 1,000 people to just spin up a test chain for under $200, and we both know this ain't hard at all. I mean, we have at least 10,000 people crawling in Bitcoin Talk asking how to create their chain because they believe I'm gonna making $1 billion and fortune out of their own blockchain, right? So just saying, if you just cover that area, the dreamers, you'd make, if you'd cover 1,000 dreamers, you'd make over $100,000 in profit out of this blockchain service system. Okay.
I'm sort of thinking, because I mean, this could be a first for a YouTube channel to launch their own blockchain. So how about we throw a challenge your way and you give us, when you're ready, the system to start with. We don't know what we're doing, but we'll launch YouTube blockchain chain on Komodo, and we'll do it together just for the sake of it. And Yuri and I have ideas of things we could do with coins.
I'd love to do that. I'll give you an addition 10, 20 bonus keys that you can spread around for campaigns, whatever. That's the code name, by the way. I just leaked it. We'll be able to spin up a chain for free. So we'll cover the first 20.
Say the code. I didn't hear the code name because of some delays in the line. Could you?
So it's Chain Lizard.
Chain Lizard.
Chain Lizard.
So what is Chain Lizard?
The talk was about the revenue stream, and this blockchain as a service system is really just one of a revenue stream generating software applications that are built on top of Komodo. As you know, for example, the BarterDEX network, the decentralized exchange, same thing, just gets a very tiny fee for all atomic swaps, which floats back into the Komodo ecosystem again, right? So we have various layers that are generating revenue, and even ones that are generating revenue as we speak. For example, Depot, the delayed proof of work system, as an external third-party token, you'd pay a tiny service fee for the maintenance, server spin-ups, etc., to be secured by our technology. So as you can see, we have really various different
so lots of people spending a little bit of money. It's a volume play. As long as you get people on the system using it, makes sense.
Bingo.
So, I mean, when I look at the way the Komodo platform is designed, it's all about instantiating, creating your own blockchains. How many projects do you have that have created their own blockchain as side chains to the main Komodo platform so far? I tried to do some research. It was very hard to find it. That's why I'm asking.
It is hard. If you check the currently official integrated chains in the ecosystem, that means they are not just created chains, but really being utilized. I would have to lie to tell you a precise number because we literally add a new chain like every day or two, every week, and it depends on the week. Yeah, we have a lot of chains spinning up, but we have a lot of even third-party tokens contacting us and asking, what does it take to migrate to an chain? Because we've seen, like, when I create my chain on Komodo, I get DEX access, I get SPV infrastructure, I get your support, your knowledge, everything, all your tools. We have a wallet by tomorrow if you created the chain today. If you were doing the stuff on your own, it would take you literally months and years, right? So this is one more thing that we have a lot of interested parties join. We're somewhere between 30, 40 live chains. Really, those are live, those are being used. But if I'd have to tell you like how many chains were created with Komodo, I'd have to say hundreds to thousands of chains easily. Because I cannot track every single chain that got created.
Of course not.
But just by the requests that I get, it's at least 1,000 chains.
Are there any particular projects that we would have probably heard of that are running on the Komodo environment?
Do you, for example, know Einsteinium coin, EMC2?
Sure. Yes.
They are utilizing depot technology. They are running in our network. They are being secured by our network, and the blockchain information of Einstein coin is being backed up into Komodo in regular intervals.
Okay.
Which then backs them up into Bitcoin. Just to name one, Veros coin. Have you heard of Veros coin?
Yeah.
Veros coin is a pure Komodo-based token, so not just a third-party coin.
They actually forked the Komodo base, didn't they?
Yeah, they forked the Komodo base,
right.
But they are, and we merged them back into the Komodo code. So we are in sync. Both code bases are in sync now. So we melted together again, right? If you want to put it like that. And they are like a full, by definition, a full asset chain, like a pure Komodo chain, right? Yeah. And those were just like two. There are like many, many more chains. The first chains that issued like decentralized ICOs earlier, last year. We have like Block Nation, Pearl Pay. Pearl Pay is one of them. So there are a couple. Utroom. That are like third-party projects, even companies that are building. So this is
like almost the missed opportunity that you've got projects that are on Komodo, and Komodo is not somehow able to communicate the greatness of the platform by sharing all of the great coins that have joined into this community. So it leaves you feeling a little empty when you're looking at Komodo's website and going through all the online materials, trying to find out how significant are you? And the answer is it's so hard to tell because the documentation and the white paper and all the materials are amazing. And then you go and try to find out the projects that are on there and you say, are there any?
Yeah, I feel very hard to find. But I have really to add that all our different divisions, we haven't really been focusing on overhyping something that's not ready to share. We kind of felt that it would be unethical. It wouldn't be ethical at all, really.
Sure. Right.
Our marketing team has been preparing and working on a rebrand over the last full year, really, the whole year. Researching, analyzing, user experience, feedbacks, revisions. A lot of empirical studies were like
YouTube interviews. They should watch these too.
Yeah, they did. Like our marketing division has built like a solid base and always been like in touch with us while we build the backend system, the core of Komodo. Okay. And we've been progressing really nice. I mean, our DEX system, BarterDEX, is now the 3rd generation. It's the only 3rd generation cryptocurrency decentralized exchange on this planet. There's no other. Wow. All the other DEX that you see are all in development or still testing, or we are fine-tuning the production version. Okay, just for your
info. The fact that you have atomic swaps is already
cross-chain atomic swaps. And
not just that's really, really, really important. Because
even with ERC and Ethereum tokens, right? We are compatible. The compatibility is given with all other blockchains in the universe, and this was also our main motivation: have a solid system, one that we would be happy with presenting other people, but more importantly, one that makes not just me wake up with a smile on my face every single day, but also our users, right? This is like really, really important. And right now, we reached this moment where we feel like, yes, the tech is solid now. We reached this solid level where it's time to spread the news, to fire up marketing efforts into the PR direction, not just prepare documentations, UX. We've been like working hard on UX, right, for our apps. Get the same user experience across them. That's what we all have been doing. And in the meantime, our business division has been working on partnerships, potential partnerships. I mean, that takes like calls every week. You guys are probably calling a lot around. You know, it eats up a whole day just to get
a lot of effort to get involved with the right people in the right projects.
This was the reason why we haven't, sorry to say this, but why we haven't just pumped and overhyped our coin for nothing, because it would have been unethical and it would have been like for nothing. We would lie to ourselves. But now, like we can give you our code base and tell you review it. We're comfortable with the whole situation.
Fantastic.
Great. So with that, you said your marketing team is ready to start kind of launching things up. When can we maybe expect to see more news coming about, like your projects you're working on, the platform, all of that? When will that start to trickle out?
It's already happening. For example, yesterday there was a Forbes featuring. They interviewed me and our CMO, Steve Lee, and they posted it. I can share the link with you. I mean, that was Forbes. But the last 2 to 3 weeks, they have been like media reports in the whole universe weekly, for sure weekly. Marketing is pushing like a big update announcement out shortly. They're already preparing, working on it, and I can send you an explicit mail just to point you towards it and give you heads up when it's ready and it's out. But it's happening.
Sure.
It's happening.
Yes, please do. Thank you. Yeah.
I had a other question. So, is there an atomic swap API, or it's only done by way of your own individual?
No. So all our software applications and all our tools have an API. It's a local running API. They have the backend API, usually an RPC interface. So you would have like a predefined set of functionalities that you could utilize on your own. You wouldn't have to use our end user apps and our front end applications. You could literally simply grab our tech, just copy it and reuse it for whatever software you want to build. It's a big advantage. The only requirement that we have is that you keep it open source and that you basically show the community what you changed. So teach the community as part of your modifications.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that. And the other thing I'm wondering is, how do you actually take snapshots of this whole thing and store it on blockchain? I mean, how long does it take to do it, and what are you using to do that? Because it must be massive.
Okay, a snapshot always would depend on the size of the chain, like how many blocks are there around, but also how many transactions have there been around. So somewhere between like minutes and days. This is what it potentially could take to create a blockchain snapshot. We have like apps and tech in place which covers this automatically. So you have a script, you launch it, and you will create just a snapshot of whatever chain you add as a parameter, and now it becomes better. To support and assist all the chains that want to migrate over to Komodo, we even created a tool which would take this snapshot that you created and generate a transaction script out of it. What does this mean? This transaction script can be used to distribute the tokens of the new chain to all keys associated to the private keys of the old chain. So you will just log into your new chain with your same seed or private key, and your new tokens will showing up there. So this stack is being provided by us.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Wow.
That's very impressive. Wow. So what's the future plans then for Komodo? What's coming next that people should be looking out and watching for?
Okay, so 2018 was a big year for DEX technology, for our infrastructural work, but also for something that is called crypto conditions, okay? CCs, in just 2 letters, CC. I don't like mentioning the word smart contracts. However, to explain it somewhat non-technical, it's really essential. CC is our version of smart contracts. However, instead of getting just one smart contract who fulfills a specific logic on top of the blockchain, you'd compare it to something that, imagine you would get your own Ethereum platform. This is what CC does. It allows you to modify the consensus rules of your chain. It basically gives you a smart chain, right? It's not just a smart contract. And this tech is very, very mighty. And as we speak, CA333, our core dev, is developing Rock, the game from the 80s. So it's going to be like the first real interactive blockchain game that's running on chain.
Wow.
I'll share the link with you. It's already implemented. It's on GitHub. It's online, but we're testing it. So we're still
you share the links, and then we'll share that with our listeners and subscribers here on YouTube, and Spotify users can come and check it out. And for those who want to try out a game on the blockchain coming from Komodo's platform, then we'll have it here for people to give it a go.
Yeah.
And it gets even better. The Rock character for the gameplay, right? It's actually a collectible because it's a non-fungible token with unique attributes and properties, even items.
So like an ERC721 token, effectively.
Right.
Better.
That's awesome.
An ERC721721 token.
And 333. Add another 333.
Okay, the ERC721333 token.
777. That's it.
It's a 777 token, right? Cool. This has been really, really useful. And I mean, it's of course, it's always a shame that we don't have more time for all these types of episodes, but just everything we've covered so far has been amazing.
Thank you
Is
so
there
much.
anything else you want to slip into conversation before we